everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I am sharing the newest designer bag to enter my collection, and that is the Saint Laurent Rive Gauche Tote. Now, if you're currently binge watching YouTube videos wondering if you should buy this bag next, or you just love designer handbags, keep watching. I'm gonna share what I love about it and what I think could be a little better. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Marlene, and I am a fashion blogger and YouTuber. I make videos like this once a week here on my channel, so if you love fashion content, designer finds, Amazon finds, and all things classy women's fashion, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss the next one. Here she is. Isn't she so pretty? I'm definitely gonna have to insert some footage because there's no way I can hold this bag and talk to you and show you at the same time, but this is the Rive Gauche Tote by Saint Laurent, and I just love her. Like, I just think it is such a beautiful bag. So I actually ended up getting this bag kind of on a whim, which is very unlike me. I do not buy designer bags, especially, I just don't buy designer bags without doing a lot of research, without watching all the YouTube videos and reading all the blogs and like finding out what everybody has to say. I definitely deep dive and make my decisions with care. So it wasn't 100% an impulse buy. I definitely had been eyeing the bag for some time, but I wasn't necessarily prepared. So what happened is that I had gotten a Chloe Tote it was the Chloe Tote Milo bag a couple of years ago because I was looking for something as an alternative to my Louis Vuitton. I do have a Louis Vuitton Neverfull handbag, and while I love that bag, everybody has it, and I just wanted some other kind of larger tote option. So I went with the Chloe Milo tote in this beautiful powder blue, and I loved that bag. It was so different. I didn't see it around on a lot of people, and I just thought it was a gorgeous bag. But after a couple of months, I noticed that the color on the handles and the color on the feet started to fade and discolor, and that really bothered me. I'll insert some footage here if I have it, but I honestly don't know if I have pictures anymore. It started to turn like a yellow color, and it started to irritate me. Like, I loved the bag and I didn't want to part with it, but I was like, this is a very expensive designer bag, and I was so disappointed that it was starting to change colors. And I do treat my handbags well. They definitely don't stay in the sun or anything, so I didn't know why it was wearing. Long story short, I took it back to Nordstrom, and this is one of the reasons, by the way, that I recommend making your larger designer handbag purchases at retailers like Nordstrom's or Saks or Neiman's or whatever. They tend to just have better care policies, and they told me that they could not fix it, and then they offered me a refund, which I thought about for a while, to be honest. I was like, I don't know, I love this bag, but I ended up taking it. So fast forward a little while later, and I still had this hole in my collection where I felt like I wanted this tote. Now, when I make my designer handbag purchases, I don't buy like every single thing, right? I try to think about like what I'm missing or what I need or what doesn't necessarily like look like everything else that I already had. And the Saint Laurent tote definitely fit the bill. So one of my girlfriends had texted me that Saks Fifth Avenue was having their sale. They have a sale about once every quarter where you get a gift card depending on how much money you spend. So this one in particular was, if you spend over $1,000, you get a $150 gift card, and it was over like the next day. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just add to cart. And that's exactly what I did, and I'm so happy that I did. So it makes noise when I pick it up because it still has the paper inside, but I got this bag and it's just absolutely gorgeous. I got this one, like I said, at Saks Fifth Avenue, so I don't have the original box, but it does come with the original dust bag too. So the material itself is like a pre-coated, it is pre-treated, and it's like a coated canvas, but it's not coated like the Louis Vuitton one that's like glossy and super shiny. This one's just like soft to the touch. It's smooth to the touch. So you can tell that it doesn't feel like fabric, I guess is the best way of explaining it. And then the handles themselves are like a really thick leather, sturdy leather handle. So I did call Saks and speak with an associate as soon as I got the bag because it comes in two colors. It comes in this cream and black option that I got, and it comes in a black and white option too. But I was kind of afraid of like, oh my God, I got this cream colored bag. Like, what was I thinking? So I spoke to an associate, and he let me know that the bag actually wears really well, that you don't have to pre-treat it or anything. Like, it is meant to be handled. He said he's had plenty of clients who've used the bag and basically like beat it up and it looks fine. He said the obvious, like just don't wear it with dark denim, which I learned that the hard way way back when with like my first Burberry tote, that would definitely stain it, and I know that already. So other than that, he said it should be fine. So you know, when it came between this color that I have and the black, ultimately I ended up going with the khaki just because I live in Arizona and I feel like the khaki just kind of fits with my wardrobe and my lifestyle more. I feel like if I was using this handbag for work, or if I lived in New York, or I had this like big city rushed lifestyle, that I would definitely go with the black. I think they're both very classy, very, very chic. But for my purposes, I want to use this bag as like a weekender, as like a beach bag, as like a pool bag, like a travel bag. And for that, like it will match more with my wardrobe with the cream and the black. And anyway, since it has the black accents here and the black lettering as well, I think it would also go with darkest colors just as well. So the bag itself is two-toned. You have like a lighter color cream on the front and on the back, but then on the sides it's like a darker, I guess you'd call it like a khaki color on the sides, and it's actually the same on the inside as well. I don't know if you can tell like this. I still have the price tag in there. It's like really brand new. So it's darker on the inside, which I like because God knows, like the last thing I need is like a light colored bag. Inside, I mean, I have 2 kids, like I just throw my stuff in there. That's what this bag is for, is to like throw things in there. And I, by no means do I need like a lighter colored bag inside. So the inside of this bag is one giant compartment. It does have one zipper here, this zipper pouch, which this is actually big enough to fit like, you know, your cell phone, your notebook, like lipstick, your keys, like anything that you want to have like quick access to, and then you're not just like shoving in there. That fits well in the pocket. I did find inserts on Etsy specifically for the Saint Laurent bag. So if you wanted like an organizer insert, you can definitely get one of those, and I'm gonna link those below. And I also read that you can fit the Louis Vuitton GG inserts. You can find those on like Amazon and Etsy as well, but you can fit those inside here. But I'll link both options in case you want to do double duty and share with your Louis Vuitton, or if you just want like the Etsy one, I'll link those below. I think I'm gonna get the cream colored one, but to be honest, when I use totes like this, the reason I'm using them is because I actually want the space. Like I want to just like shove my stuff in there. So I don't know if I really like need the organizer. If my children were younger and I still was using this, like if I was trying to use this as a diaper bag, for example, then, you know, maybe I'd spring for the organizer. But I don't know, I'm not 100% sure that I need it right now. So one thing I do love about this bag is that even though it's a tote and it's like the black hole, like, you know, you get this designer bag, it costs so much and it's got one big hole in it, it does have buttons on the inside. So it actually closes the bag all the way around. So you can close it in the middle, you can snap it on the sides too. And you can see on the sides, I'll have to get closer than this, it says Saint Laurent, has the nice detail on all of the buttons. But when you close it like this, like your stuff's not gonna fall out. I have to say, like, one of my pet peeves about carrying big totes is definitely, you know, if you're like getting in the car or whatever and you throw your tote bag, like your stuff just like spills all over the place, and I hate that. I mean, if I'm carrying a big bag, I have a ton of stuff in it, right? And then my stuff's like all over the car or just loose or everywhere, or, you know, my toddler knocks it off the chair, my stuff goes everywhere. So I really, really like that this has the buttons here that close it up. I keep mine stuffed, that's why it was so noisy earlier. So it actually has held and retained its shape really well, which is something else that is like my pet peeve with designer bags. I can't stand when I get a designer bag that starts to get like, you know, it just starts to like lose all of its shape. But if you wanted to store it flat, you could do that. You would just fold it down like this, and you can totally fold it flat, and it would take up like no space. If you have no storage space, and you would have that option too. And that's another way that you don't have to worry about like the sides starting to fold in or anything, is if you just store it and fold it flat. One thing I forgot to mention, aside from the Saint Laurent detail on the buttons here, you also see it on the zipper and here as well. This bag also has a matching like wristlet that's sold separate. I'll link that too below. It's really cute. So I feel like that's a nice option if you wanted to throw the wristlet in this bag. And then let's say you're like weekending or whatever and you brought this with you, then you have the other little small one that matches that you can fit like toiletry items in it. I have my eye on one on Poshmark that I might pick up. So stay tuned for that if I do, but I feel like that would be a really cute way to wear the bag, is to have the matching one as well. I got this bag at Saks with the $150 cash back. Now and it was a great deal. I mean, I feel like when you get a bag of this size for under $1,300, like it's a great deal. If you're comparing this to like, let's say the Celine tote or the Dior book tote or like the Chanel Deauville, like those are like 2-3 times as much. So I feel like it's a really, really great bang for your buck, and it has good value. You know, something else that really drew me to this bag is I just think it's really chic, classy. It's like a clean look. I could see this being in style for like 10 years. It has a very timeless feel to it to me, and it's not super trendy right now, which I personally love. Like I love, it's not to say I don't like trendy bags, but when I see a bag that I fall in love with that's flown a little bit under the radar and not every single blogger and influencer is carrying it, I'm like, maybe I'll snag that one. And I'm not like being photographed in anything that's like super, super popular. I've really been loving Saint Laurent lately anyways, like all of their bags. I recently got a Lulu, which I'll link you to the video when it's live. I have to do a review on that one as well. And I have a Saint Laurent wallet that I also really, really love. And I've just been loving their collections. I know that they recently had a price increase, but honestly, it's because they have such beautiful quality items, and I feel like they have this very classy, like timeless feel to them. So as far as sizing, this bag is 13.8 inches high. It's 18.5 inches with its width, and the handles are 7.5 inches. It's 6.7 in the depth. So that kind of gives you a better idea of it. If you Google this bag, you'll see that sometimes it comes up as a men's bag. I'm not really sure why, but it is the same one. And they have a new size that's out that I'll link you to as well. It's kind of like a more petite version of this, but it's a little bit more square looking, I guess I would say, than this, which is more of like a traditional tote shape. You know, sometimes you read measurements and you're like, okay, that sounds great. So I brought in my Louis Vuitton to show you. So for size reference, this is the Louis Vuitton and this is the bag, the Rive Gauche bag. And I can actually fit, I have the Louis Vuitton, which I can actually fit inside of the Rive Gauche tote, if that kind of helps with size reference. So this is a pretty big bag that I can put like my laptop, I can put beach towels, I can put extra clothes, like literally it fits so much stuff, which is great if you're looking for a bag of this size. I don't love every single thing about this bag. I do want to be honest about that, because I know when I personally watch YouTube reviews, I want to know the good and the bad, and the good and the bad. So I want to be honest with you about that as well. So one thing that I don't love is I feel like this bag is a little bit heavy. It's not, I don't know what it is about it. I think it's the handles, the leather handles, or the shape or the material. I'm not sure what exactly it is, but once you start putting stuff in there, it can get heavy really fast. Now, I've had other totes that are just as heavy, and I've had other bags that are heavy as well. I think when I say heavy, I mean in comparison to the Louis Vuitton, because this thing weighs nothing. Like, it literally is so light, and I feel like that's why the Louis Vuitton Neverfull is such a popular bag, is because it's super, super light. So this isn't like heavy. It's just in comparison to that, it's heavy. I do have a friend who has the Chanel Deauville, and that one is definitely lighter than this one. And again, I don't know, I'm not sure if it's like maybe this leather or the canvas itself, but that's something that I don't like love about it. It's definitely not a deal breaker or anything. I'm keeping the bag, but just something to be aware of. Other thing that I will add is that a lot of people really are peeved by the handles, and I understand why. The handles are a little bit short, and when you have a big bag like this, sometimes you may want to carry it on your shoulder, or, you know, have at least another option. And I do wish this bag had a strap. Like, that's the one thing that I feel is missing. Like, I wish there was a detachable strap option. So if I am traveling with this at the airport, like, I don't necessarily want to carry it like this. And then once you put it on your shoulder, it can be a little bit it can be a little short. So, I mean, I'm 5'4" for reference, so it's not like super short, like there is some room there, but it's not necessarily the most comfortable of things. Like, at least if it had a strap and like I'm at the airport, I can like hand it to my husband or whatever, and we could shuffle it around. So that's definitely the one thing that I feel like this bag is missing. Everything else I've really loved. Like, honestly, it's 2020, so I haven't had a chance to use it a whole lot. Did use it like the other day, like when we had our family photo shoot. I was in a rush. I was like, oh my God, I need an extra pair of shoes. I need an extra dress for my daughter. I need an extra this. And I'm like, what do I do? And I saw my bag and I'm like, perfect, that's exactly what I need. And I just like stuffed all these things in it and out the door we went, and it was exactly what I needed for that. So I'm really happy with it thus far. I will update you on how it wears when I wear it a little bit more, but again, like, we've been in the house, so like I just haven't used it as much as I would like to. So really, that's about it. I love it. I think it's beautiful. I think it's so classy. Like, if you're on the fence and you love this style and you need a bag like this, I would definitely recommend it. Like, it's just really classy. It's chic. I think it's going to be a timeless addition to your collection. If you have any questions, definitely leave them in the comments below, or if there's any other handbag review you might want to see next, I'll see if I have it in my collection. I definitely want to do more of these videos. So for now, don't forget to subscribe, and please hit the bell and the like button if you like this. It really helps my videos be seen from YouTube, and that makes me happy. I'm new to YouTube, so I would appreciate all the support. So anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.